Hello again, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to another episode of Fireplace Chats with Jack. I guess I'm your host, Jack Talcott, and as usual, we'll be discussing topics like consciousness, spirituality, goals, global solutions, basically how to live without fear. The goal I'm trying to share is how to become a better human. That's a goal I set out for myself. And this morning, I was considering some of the lessons I've been learning on my own throughout my life. And I'm like a lot of other people, right? I hear a lot of similar stories. I got along with most groups of people, but I didn't really fit in with anyone. I've always been someone who kind of kept to myself, was a little bit different, never really conformed completely. And so the lesson I've learned is there's always another way. And see, that was something I had forgotten. Once I got my job and the benefits of a schedule and security and a paycheck, I forgot there was other ways to live. So the message I want you to try and think about for yourself is remind yourself there's always another way. And so, what does that mean? Well, whatever I'm doing, I'm always asking myself, what else could I be doing? Because in the bigger realm, you look at our lives from a higher perspective, raise your consciousness up to a higher, greater way of thinking. If you think about this universe, this 3D existence we live in, it's a realm of unlimited possibilities. It really is. The diversity that nature produces between the different animals and insects and plants and fungi, everything. It's so dynamic and incredible. It's an unlimited possibility of our existence. And yet we are, right? So obviously we are. So out of the infinite possibilities, there is a reality. And so we are a probability within infinite possibilities. And our minds, our human consciousness, we're limited by our memories, by what we know. And so with the limits of our knowledge in the realm of the infinite, all we can come up with is probabilities of our future, right? Well, those probabilities within our imagination, you know, I'd see an attractive woman at the bar or whatever, or the grocery store, and I would imagine possibilities of, yeah, whatever, beastly urges. But then I would imagine the possibilities of rejection, getting laughed at. It'd become my excuse not to try. And then I'd wonder why I was single all the time because I had no courage, no confidence, no faith in myself to take a chance of succeeding. Okay, so if you're going through your life and you're following the schedule you created for yourself, and if you find yourself not very happy, humble yourself to that truth and ask yourself why you're putting yourself through it. Why am I putting myself through a life that I don't enjoy? There's got to be another way. And there is. Once you believe in the impossible, The possible becomes probable, or the impossible becomes probable. It's an amazing dynamic experience we are sharing right now, all of us collectively, individually, as humans. We're all just people being people. No one knows what the hell they're doing. Everyone's pretending like they know. Everyone's pretending to be in charge, pretending to know better than everyone else. This pretend world has driven everyone nuts because everyone pretends that money is more important than knowledge. Money's not more important than knowledge. Okay? And it's sure as hell not more important than love. I'm reflecting on the words I heard myself say, and I'm hoping it makes sense to you, but I thought I had before I come on here. The words I share, they're not for everyone. The words I share are for those with the ears to hear, those who understand the truth. Which brings me to a couple more inspirations, not to overwhelm with topics, but thinking about there's always another way is what has allowed me to find inner peace within myself. Because you know what? Life happens. People betray us, people hurt us, things disappear, things break. Shit happens. It's life. It's a drama. It's an adventure. It's an experience. It's a comedy. It's whatever we want it to be. It's life. It's our life to live, to imagine, and to feel. On my way driving to church this morning, I was noticing within me how I felt. You know, our bodies are divinely created. I mean, it's biological technology. These meat suits we walk around in, it's an amazing tool for the purpose of experience, and experience is a sense, it's a sensation. It must be felt in order to be known. So these bodies are made to feel. And everything we feel and perceive is processed in our brains through our minds, right? So everything really is centered within the mind. But these bodies, if you have a little pain in your leg or in your foot, whatever, your hip, and you focus your mind on that pain is going to grow. And the next thing you know, that pain you won't be able to get that pain out of your head because you created a habit of it, focused energy on the pain, so the pain tends to grow. So the key is, what you've got to learn is okay, there is pain. Pain is real. It exists. I humble myself to that fact, but pleasure feels better. And so then you find a different part in your body, or you focus on that particular pain feeling better, and the pleasure will build. Okay, so in my mind, I've actually built a habit in my mind of focusing on inner pleasure. And it sounds difficult, but it's not. I think it's simple. I think if you try, I think it can be simple, because it was for me. I just didn't realize what I was doing. But now I know what I did, and I know how I feel. And if you focus on your body feeling good, and then you consciously choose to find reasons to feel better, holy cows, man. You'll make healthier choices with your diet, with your time, with your energy, your focus. All you got to do is care about yourself. The whole purpose of this life experience is for you to learn who you are. for you to discover what you are capable of and what you're here to learn. There's a divine purpose for our creation. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Once you give it up to God, everything makes sense. But if your purpose is to learn about yourself, to discover who you can become, well, paying attention to what others think, it's only one part of the picture. I mean, it's up to you to imagine what you can become. It's up to you to imagine your definition of perfection. What is perfect about you? What can be improved? Right? Because we're not perfect. That's part of the game. We strive for perfection. Only God is perfect, and with God's grace, we may discover how much better we can become. So if you can change your mind of how you view your body, if you really start caring about yourself and you discover who you are and you become comfortable as yourself wherever you are, right? When I went to church right before the congregation comes together to praise and sing, I was sitting there meditating, enjoying the moment of my being, recognizing I'm blessed. I'm a white male living in North America in a beautiful, a small town in the suburbs, man. I'm so blessed where I am. I know that. I know how bad others, hey, I know there's others who have it much worse than me. But so as I was sitting there in church, closed my eyes in meditation, and I could feel the energy, and I imagined it. Here I am, we're gathered in praise, and I imagined the Christed light within me, and I could feel vibrations and life force. And whether it's imagined or not, it feels real. And so as I was sitting there in meditation and my own silent prayers and praise, the thought came on to me. The more comfortable I become being myself, the more of the Christed energy I do feel within me. And it's so obvious. It makes such great sense that we are pure when we allow ourselves to be pure. It's our excuses. Excuses create our flaws. So rid yourself of excuses. Recognize there is another way. There's always another way. We don't have the choice to give up. Whether we believe in God or not, it doesn't matter. God believes in us. So I appreciate the folks who are joining and commenting. I'm not sure how to do any of the live stuff. So, but I did want to share, there's always another way. But you got to know where your goal is, what your destination is. And as long as your destination is pure, choose love, man. Love. Oh, it's so misunderstood. And it's so. Without gratitude, there is no love. Without love, there is no trust. Without trust, there is no faith. Without faith, we are full of fear. Rid yourself of fear. Choose to be grateful. Choose to allow yourself to be you, the beautiful you, the one you love being. and then make the most of your time here, the rest of your time on earth, because we never know when it ends. Anyway, that seems like a good time to end. Hey, God bless you all. Choose love, live without fear. And together, when we unite, when we come together without fear, we can use compassion with those, for those who are honest, and we can convince the whistleblowers to stand up, and we can end the oppression, the censorship, the conflicts. We can end this system of slavery that our ancestors have built and we have been enabling. And I'm talking about our global commerce and governance. It's time for humanity to rise together, to create a better future for our children, and for a future we need to come together. We can end conflicts and debts when we become honest and compassionate. So choose love, and let's create peace amongst us and within us. God bless. Live without fear.